everyone. My name is Kiara Tellini, and I am the chairperson for the events committee at the Elks Lodge, which is how you guys ended up here and how I ended up being involved. So I really want to say that it's quite an honor to host and a pleasure to welcome Congresswoman Judy Chu in her 16th annual Artistic Discovery Congressional Award Ceremony in 100 degrees, sorry. Nobody knew the weather was going to be like this, and honestly, this room doesn't have great insulation, clearly. At this time, let us all rise for the presentation of The Colors by Cable Composite Squadron 25 Civil Air Patrol. This will be immediately followed by the singing of the national anthem by Mia Reyes, who's from Alhambra High School.
Color guard. Halt!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glares, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Thank you so much to Squadron 25 Civil Air Patrol and to Mia for that amazing rendition of the national anthem. Sounds pretty good in here. Also, I'd like to recognize some elected officials in the House today. Councilmember Noya Wang, Board Member Robert Jin and Ken Tang. From South Pasadena, I saw the mayor somewhere. Where are you? Oh, there he is. We have the mayor, Jenna Braun, and Councilmember Michael Cacciotti. From Temple City Unified School District, we have Board VP Matt Smith and Board Member Donna Giorgiano. So thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. So these events aren't possible without support of sponsors.
Color guard.
Too soon. Okay, so some of the sponsors today that helped make this possible were the Elks Lodge and the board who approved hosting everyone. So thanks to the Elks Lodge and one of our trustees, Sean Lorenzini, is up front here. And also there's a lot of volunteers that spent time late last night and early this morning getting things set up, and I want to recognize them. Jessica Sesnar did a lot to really make sure this event went off here today. Also, we have people that wanted to step in and offer a little extra something, and one of those is the CEO of a company called Fade. And Fade provides a guide to getting the most financial aid for college possible. So we're going to have, Jeff's offered some scholarships today that will identify juniors that participated in the Discovery competition, the Artistic Discovery competition, to actually benefit from that as well. So thank you, Jeff, for that. So also, I last minute, you know, it's amazing the things people do when you ask for help. And my friend John DeCure, I see him over there. He is a pastor at Victory Bible and executive director at Harambe. And I said, John, I need some music. You know, this is like great. We're celebrating art, right? So he made it happen like in the last 24 hours. And we're lucky to have the Pasadena High School Jazz Band and Mr. Magallanes, who supported coming here today last night. Thank you very much. John, if you want to sit down, there's a table right here with your seat. Oh, no, you don't want to? Okay. It's too hot here, right? All right, so I would like to also just thank the artists. I can't say enough. There was 200 pieces, I believe, and we as the Elks also decided, we're like, can we pick one? Can we, you know, the Elks organization likes to do charitable stuff, so we said, can we pick our own? And they didn't let us choose from all the art, but they let us choose from the top 10, so we have a selection here today that we're sponsoring as well. So that's kind of exciting. So I want to introduce the most special person that made this whole event happen. It's her idea, it's her congressional district. And I want to introduce you to, from the 28th Congressional District, who has a crazy long history. And I learned so much about her just as I got this write-up last night. I've seen her for years. I've lived in Pasadena since 1997. She's in my neighborhood, she's everywhere. And then I read this and I'm like, wow, she's really been at this a long time. So her selfless service to her community began dedicated to helping others as a counselor for victims of drug abuse and domestic violence, and later was a community college professor. Her 39-year career as an elected official began in 1985. I was in college, when she won a seat on the Garvey School Board. During an anti-immigrant movement in Monterey Park, she joined a coalition to fight it, which led to her election to the Monterey Park City Council, where she served as mayor 3 times. She's popular. She later served in the California State Assembly and on the State Board of Equalization before making history as the first Chinese American woman elected to Congress. That's a big deal. So while in Congress, she serves on the powerful House Ways and Means Committee, overseeing healthcare reform and vital safety net programs. She has championed many causes, bringing 2 small business development centers to the San Gabriel Valley and passing legislation to improve access to capital for small businesses. She worked with President Obama and President Biden to establish the San Gabriel Mountains as a national monument and secured a much-needed veterans health care clinic in Arcadia. Over the past 3 years, she has brought back over $69 million, heard that, in community project funding for major district projects, including affordable housing, expanded public Wi-Fi, road improvements, groundwater cleanup, and lots more. Congresswoman Chu also played a pivotal role in the response to the Monterey Park shooting, bringing together federal and local agencies to offer support and push for policy changes. She worked to secure emergency loans for affected businesses and coordinated President Biden's visit to meet with the victims' families. Most recently, as you would expect, she has been focused on helping Altadena and Pasadena rebuild after the Eaton fire. After learning about the fire, she immediately flew back from Washington, D.C. and worked with California colleagues to urge President Biden to declare a major disaster, which ensured faster access to FEMA and SBA funds for survivors. Her office reached out to over 250,000 constituents like yourselves with disaster relief information, hosted town halls, of which I attended several, and coordinated essential supplies for affected residents. She also invited President Trump to visit the impacted areas, reminding him not to forget Altadena and Pasadena. And to help Congress understand the devastation, she brought over 24 members of Congress, including Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, to see the damage firsthand. Her swift hands-on response and relentless advocacy ensured that the voices of Altadena and Pasadena were not only heard in Washington, but prioritized in the national recovery effort. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming longtime champion of the San Gabriel Valley, Congresswoman Judy Chu.
Well, thank you so much, Chiara Tellini, for sharing those very kind words. I want to give her a huge thanks because she is a dedicated board member here at the Elks Lodge and has gone above and beyond to support community events like this. Her commitment to service is so clear, from helping to oversee civic programs to making this space such a welcoming home for our celebration today. And she's also an incredible advocate for animal welfare, being the driving force behind the passage of AB 2723 in California, which is a law that ensures all shelters, breeders, and rescues update via microchips with their adopters' contact information so that loving families have the best chance to be reunited with their pets. So thank you, Chiara! And hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be with you today. I want to welcome all of our artists, teachers, friends, and family members who've joined us. I'm so proud to continue the tradition of recognizing talented young partners and artists who are so full of talent. And I am so thrilled to be able to share that talent with you. As you've already seen from our remarkable art gallery, these young artists have all used their art to tackle challenging problems, speak about difficult emotions, and inspire each and every one of us to pursue a better version of ourselves. So thank you to everyone for coming and supporting our students. Now, I want to tell you about this event. This is a very prestigious event which has been held nationwide for over 40 years. Every year, members of Congress from throughout the country sponsor this competition to recognize and encourage the artistic talents of young students and their families, of course. And millions of high school students have participated over the years, and winners get to see their artwork displayed at the Cannon Tunnel in the U.S. Capitol. Members of Congress, including me, I get to walk by our artistic contest winner every day when I'm walking through the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and I'm very proud to do it. But we do our celebration up big. Yes, we have scholarships for the 10 top winners. We have a big lunch, and we have this remarkable display and this remarkable event right now, and it would not be possible without our sponsors. So first, I want to thank our host, the Pasadena Elks Lodge, for generously providing this historic venue. And in fact, they have a long and proud tradition of supporting youth, veterans, and communities across the country. This lodge exemplifies that, whether it's through scholarships, volunteerism, or community partnerships. The Pasadena Elks really make a difference. And in fact, guess what? They have donated $750 to one of the top 10 winners of this talent competition. So let's give a big hand to our Pasadena Elks Lodge. And then our other incredible sponsors, our Picasso sponsor, who donates $3,000 every single year, and they've done $3,000 for the last 16 years in which I've sponsored this event, and they've done it without fail. The Citrus Valley Association of Realtors. Carol Pachitani, yes, please. And the $2,000 Da Vinci sponsors, East West Bank and Foothill Transit, please stand. And our $1,000 call sponsors, the San Gabriel Basin Water Quality Authority, the San Gabriel Valley Water Company, and Prime Healthcare. Please stand. And we have our $750 sponsor, the Pasadena City College, and also our $500 Rembrandt sponsors, Francine Chu from Star 7 Financial Services and the Asian Hall of Fame. Please stand. So thank you all to our wonderful sponsors. Without you, this would not be possible. And I have to really thank our Artistic Discovery Committee Chair, Carol Faccipanti. Malcolm, let me just say, she is amazing. She has been a friend of mine for decades. And what I do know is that over the course of her career, she's done so much to uplift our local communities. But I'm especially proud that she has been the chair of this particular event for so many years. As a realtor, she's helped many families find a home and achieve the American dream. She supported our U.S. veterans, but for the past 16 years, she's chaired this event. I can't thank her enough, which is why I was thrilled to recognize her as my lifetime Congressional Volunteer of the Year. Thank you, Carol Faccipanti Malcolm. And I want to thank our vice chair, my former intern, Janine Norris, who supported this event for several years and constantly takes the time to put together an incredible art gallery. You know, it's no easy task to put up all those paintings, so she does spend many, many hours doing that. Janine Norris, please stand to be recognized. Oh, she's back there. Okay. Okay, I also want to thank important people who made this happen. First, the teachers of these amazing young artists have gone above and beyond to encourage their students to challenge themselves and take the risk of participating in competitions like this. In fact, when we spoke to the students about their artwork, a lot of them said that their teachers had a direct influence on them, and if it wasn't for their support, they would not be in this competition today. So, teachers, please stand and be recognized. And then, parents, I want to thank you as well. You've encouraged these young people to be true to themselves, to explore, to pursue their dreams, and to reach into their creative souls to make something new and authentic for the world. So, parents, please stand to be recognized. And then, of course, there are many artists here, all of our young people who have participated in this. Artists, please stand to be recognized. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Our winners were selected by a committee of judges from the Art Center College of Design and the Pasadena Armory. They looked at every single piece without seeing the artist's names or schools. In other words, this was a completely blind judging. There was no identifying information of any kind. They took into account style, technique, originality, creativity, and story. While our top 10 individuals may have captured the essence of what our judges were looking for, it was a very difficult choice they had to make. We had a record 220 submissions this year, and they were all so remarkable and special and impressive. The overall quality of the submissions truly impressed us, and I was touched by the message and the effort involved in so many of the entries. So I'd like to congratulate each and every one of the artists who submitted their work this year. And so now let me start. Let's start with our honorable mentions. So let's start with our first. They are in no particular order, by the way. As you can see, they are absolutely tremendous. So let's start with our first one called Men and Nature, Ziquan Jackie Shing. Okay, please come on. Please Please come up, Jackie. Jackie is a senior from Alhambra High School who will receive a $100 scholarship and have the artwork displayed in my Pasadena office. This year has been a challenge for our community. The LA fires were one of the worst natural disasters in our nation. The Eaton fire alone devastated our communities in Altadena and Pasadena, burning 9,500 structures, leaving 20,000 people homeless and taking 18 of our neighbors' lives, all while burning our schools, community institutions, and businesses to the ground. The artists found inspiration in photographers who captured the overlooked details of everyday life, these seemingly ordinary moments that hold deep significance. During spring break, he traveled to Altadena with a vision to photograph houses, cars, and furniture, objects once intertwined with memories, but now left in ruins. His photograph encapsulates the aftermath and the long, grueling path to recovery. Through intentional scaling, he made the excavator's bucket loom large, dwarfing the two men beside it, symbolizing the immense challenge of rebuilding. His goal was to convey the vulnerability of humanity in the wake of natural disasters, reminding us of the need for unity and collective strength in the face of tragedy. Yet despite the towering machines, it's the resilience and compassion of people that truly drive the recovery forward. While creating this photograph, he deepened his understanding of composition and post-production techniques, enabling him to tell more compelling stories. He chose to render the image in black and white, believing that stripping away color would sharpen the viewer's focus on the subjects free from distractions. The monochromatic palette also gave the photograph a timeless quality, elevating its impact. The judges thought his photograph was beautifully composed, technically precise, and an emotional, rich image that showed his mastery of light and storytelling while keeping the image grounded in reality. They were particularly captivated by the depiction of people working together, united in the effort to rebuild, an inspiring testament to resilience and community. Photography is a passion for this young student because he realized it can be so many things from the artist's own unique perspective, and he hopes to pursue a potential career as a freelance photojournalist and independent filmmaker. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me congratulate our artist from Alhambra with his piece titled Men and Nature. Let's give a round of applause to our honorable mention winners, Yichi and Jackie Shane.
I want thanks to my parents for they've been working very hard for the family and supporting me. And I want thanks to my photography teacher, Mr. Levy, that's been helping me select my work and help me create more ideas. Also, I want thanks to I also want to thank to my school giving me this opportunity to be here.
Okay, our next honorable mention, Duomo de Florencia from Sven Liu. Sven Liu comes from the city of South Pasadena. The young artist will receive a $100 scholarship and have the artwork displayed in my Pasadena office. While traveling the world with his family last summer, his fascination with architecture inspired him to begin sketching buildings using various artistic mediums. Among the many landmarks he encountered, the iconic Duomo in Florence, Italy, it captivated him the most. A masterpiece of architecture that left a lasting impression. Through experimentation and a willingness to explore new technique, He developed his style and concept for this piece, paying special attention to the coloring process. His goal was to capture the intricate details and soft hues of the Duomo, reflecting the very qualities that had drawn him to it in the first place. The artist dedicated approximately 18 hours to create the artwork, using the process as an opportunity to explore new techniques for adding detail and perspective. He began by focusing on the building's overall structure, meticulously sketching its intricate elements, the windows, the arches, and ornate door panels. To achieve a three-dimensional effect, he experimented with various hatching techniques, carefully layering shadows to give the building depth and realism. He also produced multiple versions to test different coloring methods. Initially, the results were too dark, prompting him to refine his technique by balancing line work with negative space, allowing for more vibrant color applications. His persistence paid off as the judges praised his artwork for its exceptional clarity, noting how every window edge and plane was rendered with meticulous detail and precision. Art has been his passion from a young age, and even though he considers this a hobby, he has not ruled out pursuing an artistic career. Please welcome our junior from South Pasadena High School with his piece, Duomo de Florencia, our honorable mention winner, Sven Liu.
I'm incredibly honored to receive this Congressional Art Award and honorable mention. This recognition means a lot to me, as I've spent many hours working on my artwork, trying to improve my skills and improve myself as an artist. I want to thank the judges of this award for giving me this recognition, as well as my art teacher, Ms. Levy, who helped develop my art skills and recommended that I submit this art piece along with a few others. This piece was a part of my sustained investigation portfolio, which focused on my experiences traveling around the world. And this artwork in my portfolio helped me better understand new art techniques and caused me to develop my own creative style. Thank you to the judges, Ms. Levy, and my family for supporting my journey as an artist and giving me this opportunity.
Our next honorable mention winner, Frail by Mei-Ting Liu. Mei-Ting Liu is a sophomore from Temple City High School and will receive $100 of a scholarship and have her artwork displayed in our Pasadena office. Oh, let's have Mei-Ting Liu come up. This piece is a powerful and haunting work inspired by the image of a young earthquake victim. With remarkable sensitivity and artistic skill, the artist brings to life a portrait that captures both the physical vulnerability and inner strength of a child who has survived unimaginable circumstances. The artwork uses mixed media and layered acrylic brushstrokes to create a background that evokes debris, ash, and the chaos of disaster, while the figure of the child is drawn with fine etched lines and ink. Amidst this devastation, there is a singular pop of red, isolated, deliberate, and striking, meant to draw the viewer's attention to an act of self-preservation and the enduring spark of humanity. The artist's focus was on conveying raw human emotion without overworking the details. She paid close attention to posture, eye contact, and texture, ensuring that viewers would meet the subject gaze directly. So when we do, we're met not with despair, but with quiet defiance, a strength that speaks volumes even in silence. This piece took 1 week to complete, but it holds a depth that suggests something far larger, a tribute to all children who survived the aftermath of disasters, whose stories are too often overlooked. Our judges were especially moved by this emotional resonance, noting how the piece feels like It's part of a larger lineage of voices, strong, resilient, and rarely heard. Through this work, the artist hopes to stir empathy, not only for the child depicted, but for all who suffer quietly out of view. It's art as witness, a tribute, and as emotional storytelling. With her moving and unforgettable piece, Frail, please join me in congratulating Mei Tong Liu.
This moment means so much to me, and I'm deeply honored to accept this award. And yeah, I'm beyond grateful for the opportunity. I would like to thank everyone who's in here, which includes the organizers that hosted this event, and my mentor, and my family and friends, and basically everyone who has supported me along the way. Yeah, I'm beyond grateful for what I got. Thank you.
Our next honorable mention is Critical Eye by Abigail Hillman. Okay, as she comes up, let me say, Abigail Hillman will receive a $100 scholarship and have her artwork displayed in my Pasadena office. This artist has a deep passion for ballet, dedicating 25 hours each week to the dance studio. Yet she found herself constantly critiquing her reflection in the mirror, fixated on every perceived imperfection. In the demanding world of dance, coupled with the pressure of social media, struggles with body image and body dysmorphia are all too common, as many dancers strive for the elusive perfect body. Though she battles with this self-criticism, she recognizes it as a shared experience within the dance community. Inspired by her journey toward self-acceptance, she created this artwork to represent the internal conflict of one's own eye bullying their own body. Through her piece, she hopes to bring awareness to this struggle and offer a sense of visibility and understanding to others who may be experiencing the same. She devoted 4 hours to sketching and 9 hours to painting, deliberately placing the eye at the center of the composition to symbolize the source of self-criticism, framed intentionally by the limbs and body. As a dancer, she experimented with different shapes in the mirror before settling on a pose that conveyed vulnerability. Her body curled inward, one hand shielding her face, while the left eye remained exposed and in focus. This was her first experience painting a human figure and rendering skin tones, which presented a challenge in achieving accurate proportions and capturing the delicate translucency of skin while balancing dark and light colors. Despite initial difficulty, she embraced a dark, dramatic atmosphere, centering the light exclusively on the figure to highlight her vulnerability and evoking the sensation of being watched or intruded upon. Although the figure appears guarded and afraid, the artist chose to depict her with a calm and almost serene expression, creating an eerie contrast that deepens the mood. She aimed to evoke both beauty and unease through this choice, inviting viewers to leave with a lingering sense of enchantment. The artist did a wonderful job because the judges, through the artwork's surreal, dreamlike quality, evoked a thought that this evoked themes of vulnerability and desire for self-protection. They thought it was technically and artistically strong, noting that the artist used advanced techniques to make it stand apart just from being a painting or a self-portrait. This artist is very passionate about the fine arts and loves how art can communicate a message and convey more emotion than words. She wants to combine her creative outlets with technical problem solving so she can tackle subjects like architecture or engineering design. Please welcome our junior from South Pasadena High School with their piece titled Critical Eye, and this is Abigail Hillman.
Hello. I would like to thank Ms. Judy Chu and everyone involved with organizing this event for giving young artists an opportunity to showcase their work and put it out there. And I would like to thank my parents for all their love and support, and thank Ms. Levy for all of her guidance and help with submission. And I don't know what she is, but thank you to Ms. Swanborn, my elementary school art teacher, for coming to support me. Thank you.
Now, our 5th place award winner is a sophomore at La Cañada High School, and that is Angelia Chang. And her piece is entitled Mao Zhu Xiang, and she will receive a $200 scholarship and have her artwork displayed in our Pasadena office. This piece of art is a deeply personal charcoal portrait of the artist's grandmother, drawn with extraordinary care, technique, and heart. The image shows her grandmother sitting alone mid-chew in a quiet, reflective moment, wearing a hand-knit sweater and holding chopsticks over a meal. Behind her, her name is written in Chinese characters, Mao Zhu Xiang. The setting feels domestic and familiar, and in that simplicity, the artist honors the quiet acts of love and care that define so many family relationships. The artist created this piece during an incredibly difficult time. On her 16th birthday, her family received word that her grandmother had been hospitalized in the ICU in China. Separated by an ocean and unable to be with her, she turned to art as a way to connect, to express love, regret, and strength from afar. She poured over a month of work into this portrait, hoping her grandmother could somehow feel how she meant to her. Her goal was not just to draw from memory, but to preserve it, to capture the essence of someone who helped raise her while cooking scallion pancakes and walking her to tutoring and bringing her gum with the BTS pop band on the packaging. She carefully chose a hospital reference photo and changed the clothing to a sweater her grandmother would have preferred, making artistic decisions that honored both accuracy and affection. The piece is masterful. The sweater's texture alone demonstrates the artist's skill, and she used a variety of charcoal types and blending stumps to refine the values and textures. Our judges were struck by the reverent tone of the piece, the calm, quiet power of the moment, and praised the artist's ability to elevate the everyday into something timeless and moving. Through this piece, the artist hopes reminders to the viewers that they appreciate those who guided them. She urges us not to wait to say, "I love you," which can be hard in Asian households where those words aren't used often, which is why this portrait is her way of saying those 3 words that too often are left unsaid. With her beautiful and emotionally resonant piece, Mao Zhu Xiang, let me congratulate Angelia Chang.
I'm incredibly thankful and excited to receive this award. Thank you to Congressmember Chu for supporting the arts, to the competition organizers, and to my teachers, family, and friends who have encouraged me to stay with art and pursue it. Thank you.
Okay. In 4th place, In Another World, Jay Chen. Our 4th place winner is a senior from South Pasadena High School who will receive a $300 scholarship and have his artwork displayed in our Pasadena office. This artwork is a self-portrait in watercolor that invites us to imagine an alternate version of the artist's life, where writing rather than visual art became his chosen creative outlet. Seated at a typewriter with intricate patterns cascading across a tablecloth and regal golden red cloak, the figure is surrounded by details that blend realism with fantasy. A silly dinosaur hoodie layered beneath the cape, birds, and feathers symbolizing the freedom of expression and objects that hint at layered identities and imaginative possibilities. The artist first got the idea when his art class asked students to create a self-portrait. After noticing a typewriter in the classroom, he began to wonder what his world would look like had he taken up writing instead of painting. That spark led to a year-long artistic journey in which he spent over 100 hours experimenting with different watercolor textures and techniques, including salt textures and stamping, all cataloged in a binder he referenced throughout the creative process. What's remarkable is his ability to use watercolor's inherent unpredictability to his advantage. Letting go of control, he leaned into spontaneity, allowing the medium to express freedom rather than perfection, mirroring the message behind his work. He focused heavily on light, shadow, and realism to capture his likeness, while also allowing room for symbolism, humor, and introspection. Our judges were deeply impressed by the technical skill in the cloak and tablecloth, as well as the subtle layering of meaning through objects and cultural references. They especially loved the dreamlike perspective and how the piece suggests that the act of writing or even making art itself is happening within the image. The artist hopes viewers will simply enjoy the work for what it is, without the pressure to decode a deeper message. It's a reminder that art can be about joy, possibility, and self-reflection, and doesn't have to be explained. With his beautiful piece, In Another World, please join me in congratulating Jay Chan.
Hello everyone. I would like to thank everyone that helped make this event possible, and thank you to Miss Judy Chu for supporting youth artists for like over a decade now. Back in my sophomore year, I actually won another award from you, the LA Children's Web event. Yeah, I was really shocked then too, because it was also just another assignment my teacher gave me to work on perspective, and I felt really honored to get an honorable mention from you. And I'm very grateful to my friends and family for creating a welcoming environment and helping me pursue my love in art. I thank my parents for helping me buy all the supplies, and my art teachers for supporting me and pushing me to do my best.
And now our third place winner, Fiery Resolve by Sko-Yoon Kim. Seo-Yoon Kim is an Alhambra resident and will receive $400 in a scholarship and have her artwork displayed in my Pasadena office. The Eaton fire deeply impacted this artist's school community, leaving her stunned by its rapid spread and sudden devastation. Yet amid the chaos, she was profoundly moved by the firefighters who worked tirelessly for days, as well as her classmates and the school staff who risked their own safety to help save their friend's home. Inspired by this collective courage, she set out to capture the hardship the community endured while honoring those who stood on the front lines. Her artwork serves as a tribute to the bravery, resilience, and unwavering dedication of the firefighters and neighbors who fought to protect their community. This artist dedicated about 2 to 3 weeks to complete the artwork. She initially struggled to position the figures against an already busy background, but to make them stand out, she painted them first in pure white, creating a stark contrast. She then applied glazes of blue and orange, reflecting the colors of the background and symbolizing their connection to the larger scene. To guide the viewer's eyes and add movement, she added a ring of blue around the painting, focusing attention on the figures and enhancing the overall flow. The city grid in the background proved particularly challenging as she wanted it to be recognizable without overwhelming detail. Having never painted a cityscape before, this element took the most time and effort to perfect, but her persistence paid off. The judges praised her for the innovative inclusion of the city map, noting its uniqueness and the depth it brought to the composition. She saw it not only as a literal representation of the city, but also as a symbol of the community worth protecting. The grid structure masterfully led the viewer's gaze to the firefighters' eyes, which were beautifully rendered with emotion, further enhancing the impact of the piece. This was particularly moving in light of the suffering our communities have faced, but the artwork serves as a reminder that in the face of disaster, people come together to support one another, and heroes always rise up to help us through the tragedy. It's that same spirit of courage, compassion, and community that will lead us through the recovery process. This artwork reflects the artist's deep passion for creativity and her commitment to a future immersed in the arts, whether through creating her own art or studying art history to become a museum curator. This fall, she will be pursuing her artistic studies at Yale University. Yes. So please give a round of applause to our third place winner, Sawyun Kim from Maranatha High School with her piece titled Fiery Resolve.
Hello, sorry, I lost my voice the other day, but yeah, first I would like to thank Congresswoman Judy Chu for this entire art competition and for all the sponsors here. I would also like to thank my parents for supporting me through my entire artistic journey, but most of all, I would like to thank my art teacher, Ms. Barnhart. I wouldn't be here on the stage if it wasn't for her. She taught me not only like a bajillion art techniques, but also to have the courage to pursue my passion, and yeah, I couldn't be more thankful for her.
And now, our second place winner, and that is Andrea Durantes with Baking Bliss. Please come forward. Our second place award winner is a junior from Claremont High School. She will receive a $500 scholarship and have her artwork displayed in our Claremont office. The artist created a warm, joyful place titled Baking Bliss, which immediately stood out for the vibrant colors, whimsical details, and deeply personal story. In this artwork, she depicts three versions of herself in a colorful kitchen. A baby on the right mixing chocolate cake batter, a toddler on the left rolling out cookie dough, and her current self in the center decorating a vanilla cake from scratch. Floating ingredients, swirls of sugar, and magical elements tie the scene together, transforming a familiar domestic setting into something dreamlike and enchanting. For the artist, baking has always been more than a hobby. It's a way to navigate life's unpredictability. Whether it was using box mixes as a child or creating desserts for friends and family as she got older, baking taught her the value of process over perfection. She views baking as a creative healing ritual, one that has helped shape her identity and bring joy to others. This sense of growth and reflection is central to her piece. She took great care in showing the passage of time, not just through the stages of her life, but through the increasing complexity of the desserts she's making. And when she hits an artistic block, she leans into color, turning dull cabinets into brilliant blues and greens and transforming neutral tones into purples, yellows, and sunset hues that bring the painting to life. The result is a playful yet emotionally resonant piece that invites us to find our own sources of happiness in life's small rituals. Our judges loved how this piece blends everyday life with dreamy, magical elements, reminding us of the child that lives inside of all of us. They praise the artist's bold use of color and texture and how her depiction of baking is a form of self-care and personal growth. And so it made the piece both technically strong and emotionally moving. So please join me in congratulating Andrea Durantes with her piece, Baking Bliss.
Hi everyone. I would firstly just like to say how much of an honor it is to be standing here in front of all of you, even accepting this award. To have been selected with these other very talented artists is in and of itself just a really great accomplishment. But first and foremost, I would like to thank Congressmember Judy Chu for hosting this event and sharing and selecting my piece as a finalist. I think this competition is an amazing way for artists to gain recognition and to share their works within their community. And I would also like to, and I'm just really glad to be part of it, and I would also like to thank my art teacher, Miss Kay, who was the one who told me about this competition. She has always been so supportive of my artwork and has given me so many pieces of advice that I've used to help enhance my art skills. And finally, I'd like to thank my family, especially my parents, who have been there every step of the way since my 5-year-old family stick figure portraits. You guys have been there and always been proud of me for whatever I do. Your encouragement has pushed me to continue to make art and grow in my skills. And I know whatever I do, you guys will always support me. And I know my dad is probably going to tell everyone that I'm getting this award. But as always, I appreciate the constant support. Thank you.
And now, we have a special category called the Elks Choice. And it's named after the Pasadena Elks Lodge. Thank you for doing this incredible thing. And they looked at our top 10 winners and they picked their own out of the 10. And so they picked Hope for a Greener Future by Jolene Fang. So the Elks Choice winner is a sophomore from Claremont High School. She will receive a $750 scholarship from the Pasadena Elks Lodge and have her artwork displayed in our Claremont office. This piece is a beautiful watercolor artwork that reimagines what life in a dense urban city could look like when nature is not pushed to the margins, but allowed to thrive. Her painting shows a peaceful moment. She has illustrated herself gardening on a balcony, surrounded by plants, with the rising sun casting a soft glow in the background. It's a tranquil and hopeful vision, one where humans and nature coexist in harmony. The inspiration came to her after visiting her aunt's apartment in a busy city. She was struck by how much greenery there was, plants tucked into balconies, gardens in unexpected places, and how these living things softened the hard edges of the cityscape. From that visit, the artist began to reflect on how integrating plants into our urban lives isn't just visually pleasing, it also improves our quality of life. This was one of the first full watercolor pieces the artist completed, and she spent about 3 weeks learning how to master the medium. She used thin, patient layers to build up the colors, working on a large watercolor paper to allow for more detail. She paid special attention to composition making sure that all viewers could appreciate the balcony plants, the city skyline, and the act of caring for nature, all framed by the soft light of a new day. Our judges praised the contrast between the urban sprawl and the vibrant greenery, noting how the medium itself, fluid and organic, enhanced the nourishing presence of the plants. They admired the way the piece quietly encourages us to reflect on how small actions, like caring for a single plant, can contribute to a larger, greener future. Through her work, the artist hopes viewers will be inspired to find balance in their own lives and to take up healthy, creative habits, and also to imagine a world where the concrete and the natural can live together. With her inspiring piece, Hope for a Greener Future, please join me in congratulating Jolene Fang.
Okay.
Hi everyone. I'd like to start off by thanking Representative Chu for hosting this event, and I'm incredibly honored to have my art recognized here. I'd also like to thank my art teacher, Ms. Kirkpatrick, for encouraging my interest in art and advising me on this piece. So I'd like to say a few words on my work. Climate change is an urgent issue that affects all of us, and through my art, I hope to inspire viewers to bring more nature into their lives, even in small ways like growing plants. Gardening is not only just a simple and accessible way to support the environment, but also nurture their mental health. In a world that can feel overwhelming, caring for something living can bring calm, purpose, and a sense of connection. Thank you again to Representative Chu and her team for providing this opportunity, and I'm so honored to be included. Thank you.
And now, our first place winner is from the city of Temple City, Lecky Yang, Under the Same Sun. Now, this young artist will receive a $1,000 scholarship, plane tickets from Southwest Airlines for the Congressional Art Ceremony in Washington, D.C. in June, and will have her artwork displayed for an entire year in the halls of our nation's capital. Now, earlier this year, this student witnessed an anti-ICE protest where thousands gathered to block the 101 freeway in Los Angeles, standing together against the Trump administration's immigration policies and mass deportations. As she looked around, she didn't see strangers. She saw reflections of herself, her parents, her neighbors, her community, and the students she knew. It reminded her of when she first arrived in the United States in 7th grade, searching for a place to call home, and wondering if she would ever belong. She understands the fear that many immigrants endure, being labeled as criminals by some within their own communities. Determined to change that perception, she turned to art to tell a different story, one of resilience, hope, and shared humanity. Through her work, she strives to speak for those who often feel voiceless because of fear, hatred, or division. Her message is clear. No matter where we come from, we all share the same sun, the same hopes, and the same need to be seen and understood. The artist spent about 3 weeks completing her artwork, marking her first experience with acrylic paint after primarily working in digital art. She discovered that traditional painting offered a unique texture and vibrancy that printed digital pieces couldn't quite replicate. So she added a new level of depth to the work. Through her meticulous layering process, she learned patience and refined her technique. Her thoughtful color choices, technical skill, and strong composition did not go unnoticed by the judges. They praised the warm golden tones that illuminated the figures and contrasted beautifully against the glittering skyline of downtown LA, creating a striking visual balance. The artist dedicated time to researching current events and weaving real-world details into her piece. The judges were particularly impressed by the intricate depictions of food and people, which conveyed a powerful sense of unity. Drawing inspiration from everyday life in Los Angeles, she included scenes of women selling traditional Mexican food, towering coconut trees swaying above the city lights, glimpses of a Hollywood sign in the distance, familiar green highway signs, and sunlight spilling across downtown, casting a warm glow over the city. Through these details, she sought to capture the essence of Los Angeles and celebrate its true beauty and the diversity of its people. Her vision resonated with the judges, who praised her work for its powerful themes of hope, dignity, pride, and humanity. The artwork evoked a sense of celebration and unity, symbolizing people standing together against the injustices they oppose. Art has been this artist's greatest passion and gives her a voice when words feel inadequate. She loves its visual power and how it can cross language and cultural barriers, allowing people to connect and understand one another. She plans to pursue her studies in applied mathematics and technology at UC Berkeley in the fall, and hopes to use her creativity and background in mathematics to make STEM education more accessible and equitable. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you all a senior from Temple City High School and her piece titled Under the Same Sun. And this is our first place winner, Lexi Yang.
This is truly an honor to receive this award from Congresswoman Judy Chu, and I would like to thank my parents, my friends, my art teacher, Miss Kim, and my school, Temple City High School, for their support on my artistic journey. And I also want to thank Congresswoman Judy Chu and everyone for being here today. Thank you.
Well, today we saw remarkable artwork from so many talented young artists. Let's give them all a round of applause. And I encourage you to look at the displays of all the art, but of course we will have our 10 winners artwork displayed here. And I want to thank all our artists who submitted their work, all of the 220 art pieces that were submitted. We were truly blown away by the quality of the submissions. I encourage each and every one of you to continue to pursue your art, and I want to thank my lead staff on this event, Miley Plan and Zainaga. Please be acknowledged. And of course, the rest of my staff, Tanya Shariatzada, Gigi Lee, and Enrique Robles, and my interns, Alessandra Latika, Monique Yang, and Mili Sahini. They did an incredible job putting this together. Thank you to all who came today. Thank you. And what I'd like to do is to take a group picture with all the winners. If you could all come up and for a group picture, and then I will stay behind to take pictures with you and your supporters and family and teachers in a group picture if you so desire. So thank you, and thank you everybody for participating in our artistic contest of the 28th District. Thank you so much.